Well, another all-party outreach delegation is in Tokyo, led by JDU MP and JDU National Working President Sanjay Kumar Jha. He reaffirmed India's actions against terrorism and told the diplomats and representatives from several countries during the global outreach about the new normal in place against terrorism.
How India and Pakistan are different. In thoughts, in every aspect, we are different. And just after 1 week, there is an attack in Pahalgam. Now, as he said, our Prime Minister said, terror and talk cannot go together. Trade and talk cannot go together. And water and blood cannot flow together. So that is the man. Entire 140 billion people are against terrorism. Or you can't be neutral on this. If any country is promoting, financing, training them, how come Osama bin Laden has not found anywhere in the world? He found in Pakistan, just next to their air base. Every terrorist activity in the world has some or other link in Pakistan.
The event saw ambassadors and diplomats of several countries in attendance. These included Saudi Arabia, Liberia, Micronesia, Singapore, Russia, South Africa, South Korea, Colombia, Brazil and Australia amongst others. India's ambassador to Japan, C.B. George, brought to attention the dastardly Pahalgam terror attack. He highlighted that business and tourism were flourishing in Jammu and Kashmir and children were going to schools and universities. India had conducted election in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. He brought to attention the visuals of a terrorist being given state funeral in Pakistan and underscored the new normal is very clear: zero tolerance to terrorism.
It was a clear message that India has zero tolerance for terrorism. We will punish terrorists. We will go to any extent to punish the terrorists. The whole nation came together, the entire country. And the message from now on is this: we have zero tolerance towards terrorism. Blood and water cannot flow together. Terror and trade cannot happen together. And that is the message we are here. When it comes to fight against terrorism, there is no neutral position. You are either in the fight against terrorism or you are supporting terrorism.
DD India's Akshay Dongre joins us for more on this. Well, Akshay, how do you think UAE and Japan's support for India and its fight against terrorism will influence international diplomatic relations, especially in relation to Pakistan?
Well, first of all, we have seen how government of India has dealt with this entire case. So we are not looking for validation from any of the countries. India is self-sufficient. India can deal with terrorism. India can deal with terrorism on its own terms, as well as it has the ability to punish the perpetrators of any terror attacks anywhere, wherever they are hiding across the world. That is one thing India is very aware of. What we are telling the world is that the kind of narrative that is being built now after the action that has been taken against terrorism is in fact a double crime that Pakistan is conducting is allowing to happen, or rather is aiding.
Right.
First of all, you carry out terror attacks, then you justify them, and then you play victim once the perpetrator starts to respond to this homegrown terrorism. So Pakistan essentially is to the world, in another word, saying that we will carry out terrorism, but no country should act against us because we are poor. So that is a message that Pakistan is sending again and again once it carries out these kind of dastardly communal terror attacks, and then it cries foul when India acts. And that is what we are telling the world, that it's us who acted, we had the capability to act, and we will not tolerate terrorism. And if Pakistan later on cries, then this is something that the world should be aware of, because, we have to give it to Pakistanis that they have a very fine propaganda. They have an entire industry that works towards creating fake news, and that we have seen during Operation Sindoor as well, when all kind of fake news were being spread to misguide people inside Pakistan and outside Pakistan as well. So you have to counter that narrative, and that is what we are seeking. But as far as our alliance with the UAE and Japan are concerned, they remain steadfast. They remain very, very strong, and it's out of that mutual respect we are going to these two countries and letting them know about the action that we have taken against terrorism.
Of course, we have to make the world more aware. Akshay, the all-party delegation will also visit Slovenia, Greece, Latvia, Spain. India, of course, emphasizing on the new normal. How might it impact global perception of India's stance on cross-border terrorism and, most importantly, regional stability?
Well, when it comes to regional stability, it's not going to be there unless Pakistan decides to act as far as terrorism is concerned, and it seems that it will not act. From the experience, we have seen that Pakistan is not going to act against terrorism. It is a very, very, in many sense, shameless country when it comes to using terror as a state policy and to get funds from across the world. Pakistan has pioneered in it, and as far as our actions are concerned, they are going to remain steadfast. As we can report, 3 delegations have already gone Lipakshi. The rest of the delegations to around the world will be leaving in the next 2 days. And this is a message loud and clear from India coming in that we will act against terrorism. As our honorable members from the delegation have already said, that blood and water cannot flow together. Terror and trade are not going to happen together. So it's either you act against terrorism, or once we act, at least the world should know that why we did.
Absolutely, the message is clear. We will react against terrorism. Thank you so much, Akshay, for all those details.